on a date.
Right. No, I agree with that.
I'll pay if she has a large labia. Okay.
How are you going to know that before the date?
There's no way to know. There's
She's
no way to
know.
know. She's going to have to tell me. She's going to have to tell me, by the way, Brian, the bill's on you. I have a
So she has to bring that up
large
herself?
Like, she's going to have to, pass me a note at some point. I suppose I would also pay if, if she was like in college, if she was like 20 or 21.
How old are you?
Yeah, she's
34.
You're going to date like an 18-year-old?
Well, in college, so that could be 18, 19, 20, 21. See, here's the thing. Like, okay, everyone, all the girls at the table are making faces. We got, this is actually panel-wise. We have
I date young guys.
Oh, there you go.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think
dated anything from 5 to 10, 15 years.
Okay, so it's funny. A lot of people grimace like, "Oh, Brian, you would date someone who's 21 and you're 34." Yes, I would. Heaven forbid I date a woman who's at her peak physical attractiveness.
Ew.
But what do you have in common?
Why is that? Ew.
Because I look better than a lot of 21-year-olds. I work my ass off.
Stop the cap.
That's not capping. You're saying that just because someone's 21 that they look. Have you seen the obesity crisis in the U.S.?
Everyone's getting a little chubby.
But I don't see how that's okay. So you are 33, correct?
Yeah.
Do you think you're better looking now than you were at 23?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I haven't seen photos, but like.
Yeah. Well, at 23, I was in the middle of Afghanistan with my head shaved. So yeah.
Well, okay, but like. There are certain things that as you age, for both men and women, that your skin loses a bit of its tautness. I don't know if that's the right word. You get wrinkles. Typically, you can start getting into better shape as you get older. However, a lot of people start gaining a little bit of weight. But I think I was better looking when I was 23 or 24 than I am now at 34.
I think men often look better as they get older.
Yeah.
Well, there is something to be said that men, in some, perhaps more so than women, can. Not all the times.
And by the way,
not all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll say there's a lot of great-looking 21-year-old women, and I'm not going to dispute that, but I just don't want you to generalize so much. Like, there's a lot of Kim Kardashian's body is amazing for her age.
Whoa, hold on.
She didn't buy that. I don't have thousands of dollars to
It's
look
not all
at.
fake. It's not all fake.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, you're telling this to the wrong guy because I despise plastic surgery. And she's had BBL, she's had lipo, she has fake tits, she's had tons of work done. So I don't like women with plastic surgery. So
But
I
she
think
looks amazing. I mean,
no.
She's disqualified because he's not into that.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, maybe if she's doing it for herself.
Plastic surgery, I don't think looks good on women.
Wait, but Brian,
or on anybody.
There's no way to
dating, what do you honestly have in common with like an 18-year-old?
Yeah,
like
there's
honestly,
nothing.
like are you just dating her because like she might have a big, I don't know. Like what is your purpose? Like yes.
Hold on, I'll let this come in, then I'll answer that.
Donated $99. To the military lady, lip fillers do not look good.
I don't have any.
No matter where you go.
No lip filler.
You used to though, didn't you?
A long time ago, yeah. It's all dissolved now, but nice try.
Okay. Well, first off, let me point something out. I'm not like hanging out at college parties trying to pick up 18-year-olds, okay? I'm not like, however, like if, also let me clarify, most of the women I've dated in the past couple years have actually been around my age. Actually, I've dated women older than me in recency. So most of the women I've dated recently within a couple years of me, I dated a 45-year-old like a year or two ago, and then I dated I think someone. Well, in any case, I've dated some women older than me. So it's like most of the women I date typically are around my age, late 20s, early 30s, whatever. But would I object to dating a woman who's 21, or if you want to use the extreme example to try to put me in a corner here, an 18-year-old? No, I don't object to dating an 18-year-old.
Because you don't have to buy her a ring or pay for her dinner.
No, it's just like. I think 18 to 25, don't get me wrong, there's women who are in their 30s, even 40s that I think are very attractive women. It's not like I'm hyper focused in on like 18 to 25-year-old women. However, don't shoot the messenger here. And a vast majority of men think women between the ages of 18 to 25 are the most physically attractive.
Well, apart from the physical aspect, what do you think you would have in common with someone that young?
That was my question.
Like
Okay,
mental,
sure.
emotional maturity.
Like emotionally.
Sure. Well, do you think that commonality is the ultimate or penultimate thing that men or women care about when it comes to being attracted to somebody?
It's not the ultimate, but it gets started, like
Yeah.
whatever relationship you want to build.
Yeah.
It's always a
Commonality
similarity.
is-
Probably more
Likes
likely the
and
foundation
likes.
than physical attraction.
Act-
That's
But,
gonna fade.
but when you say, what do you have in common with an 18-year-old, what do you think in that regard I have in common with, like, are you talking about, oh, we're in the same age cohort, therefore we've seen the same movies?
Alvin Sam
Like,
donated
I don't care about that,
$99. Why are you shaming Brian for dating younger women when
a
younger
good point.
women prefer much older men? Younger women provide fertility that older women do not. Older women are more argumentative, combative, disagreeable, and difficult to get along with.
That just means they don't tolerate.
So, yeah, and it is interesting, like men always get shamed for their preferences, standards, and boundaries. Men are not allowed to have preferences. Women, they can like tall men, they can like XYZ characteristics when it comes to men. But the moment a man says, well, this is what I'm attracted to. Oh, well I don't like to date obese women. Oh my God, you're so superficial. Or
Well, I agree with
But
that.
you know, you're in a first world country. You're in a very small bubble with the rest of the world. They value a woman based on how she looks. So, like in all the Middle East, in Asian country, they choose women based on her appearance, how pretty she is, or like what kind of family status she comes from. So, but in a first world country like Eastern Europe, or America, is a little bit different values. In opposite culture, it's completely opposite. The women get ashamed about like their choices, what they want, or what kind of lifestyle they want to choose. Like it was completely opposite for us. So for example, when I say I want the guy that I'm dating, I want him to be hot, they're like, oh, you're so shallow. So it's a shallow thing for me because I'm Middle Eastern and I'm coming from the culture that I'm not allowed to say that.
I think
Okay.
the other thing, Brian, too, is like it's like you're kind of putting women in a rock and a hard place. Like there's no way to win. Like
What do you mean?
Like you're saying
I
that
missed the mark.
yeah, like 20 early 20s-year-old
28.
women are like the ideal, but then you shame women who get like plastic surgery and things like that are trying to basically, because there's so many men out there saying younger women are hotter, they look better, etc. So when they try to like take care of themselves, like, you know, through any kind of plastic surgery whatsoever to reverse the clock a little bit, then they're shamed as well. So it's like
hold
there's no
on.
winning.
Plastic surgery doesn't make you look younger. It just makes you look weird at the age you are, in my view. I think plastic surgery.
Do you think I look weird?
What have you had done?
Like I had fat transfer in my face. I touched my eyebrows. I did plastic surgery.
We need to be specific here when we say plastic surgery because there's different kinds of procedures. Typically, the more common things when I think of plastic surgery would be
boob job.
yes,
like
breast.
typical.
I have done that.
So breast implants, BBL, lipo, and lip fillers.
I have
those
done
are the
lipo.
four. Those are the four that, at least for me, absolutely not. And then also labiaplasty. Get the fuck out of here. Don't
to
do
make
that
it bigger.
shit.
I do liposuction and I do work out very, very hard, but like whenever I feel like, oh, I want to upgrade this, just like how I upgrade my phone or upgrade my lifestyle, I upgrade myself too. I'm like, I like it this way, so I'm gonna go do that for myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry for interrupting.
No, go ahead.
So I have a question too.
It's a lot
With
of
the younger
questions.
girls, with your, and I'm not shaming you. You can date whoever, but with that age range, girls tend to be a little bit tend to be more naive. They could be easily controlled. They can be more easily
Manipulated.
impressed. They're easily impressed. When I talk to them and I hear them talk about what their boyfriends do for them, I'm like, oh my God, wow. Like I remember being that young and being like so. Is that a reason why you also like to date young? Besides being highly sexually attractive, they are. I could never compete with a 18-year-old. I definitely know that. But it's also that thing because to be honest, when it comes to psychology, compatibility is always the number one factor.
True.
That when it comes to being a successful relationship. So
Okay, sure.
Can
There's
you answer that question?
Sure. Well, there's a few things there. First off, I kind of reject this it's easier to control thing. I mean, it's not a control thing. Always with the shaming language when it comes to men's preferences, but you could argue that women actually have quite a bit of power when it comes to, because women are the gatekeepers of sex. The other thing I would point out is an older, say a woman who's 30, who's like really like, let's say the clock is ticking and she's like, I need to find a guy. You could actually make the argument that a woman in their 30s is more, you could more readily manipulate her because she's like really seeking out something long term.
Not where the younger woman has much more options.
Younger women, a younger
time,
woman
exactly.
like is, yeah. So I mean, but okay, what's your what is the question? I mean,
is one of the reasons that 18-year-olds are more, besides being sexually attractive, because I don't see what else you see in an 18-year-old. She's bangable.
Well, okay,
but
sure. There's more. Okay, so in addition to just like on an intellectual level, being like, okay, I think women between the age of like 18 to 25, just again, don't shoot the messenger. A lot of men think this way. They might not admit it too. Would say like objectively, like I think that's the peak age range when it comes to physical attractiveness.
Absolutely.
It's also just an evolutionary biological thing, because it's related to fertility. Younger women are more fertile. So not only can you intellectualize, like she actually looks more physically attractive on an intellectual level. Younger women are more capable of bearing children. So there's a built-in evolutionary attraction trigger for men to prefer younger women because they're more fertile. Mm-hmm. And that's a pretty large basis of physical attraction.
But what I'm asking you is the one of the most important things is that there's also the emotional intimacy, vulnerability part. Like, how do you connect to an 18-year-old? Because as a 30, we're all the same age. I cannot connect to someone. I also love
men and women are different. Men and women are different.
We are different. But I'm asking you how you connect to an 18-year-old when it comes to intimacy, vulnerability, because compatibility is a very strong factor to relationship success. So I'm just asking you, how do you get to that intimacy part when it comes to connecting?
Okay, sure. So
we're not shaming you for being attracted to younger women. It's just what else besides their attractiveness
like,
do you like?
Do you guys ask?
Let him answer.
And besides like biological stuff.
Okay, let him answer.
Well, but I mean, what like
besides that.
Okay, let him answer.
The biological reasons are
you don't
pretty
even want
substantial.
kids though, so does it
Well,
matter?
no, I didn't. I'm a little on the fence when it comes to kids. I couldn't. We'll see how life goes. I have my own dilemmas in life that may want me. Jesus, I can't speak tonight, or any night for that matter. That may want me to not have kids, but I'm on the fence. I do want to have kids, but we'll see how life goes. Okay, so what you're saying? What is the compatibility with someone who's younger? I'll tell you this: as someone who's dated women my age, who's dated women who are even older than me into their 40s, I can tell you that the same bullshit that you deal with in any sort of relationship can manifest itself at any age. I know and I've dated some immature people who are in their 30s. I'm sure some of you here who are in your 30s, late 30s, early 30s. I think you're 42, correct? We have quite a few people here in their 30s. Maybe some of you in your 20s have dated people in your 30s. How's their maturity level? Like, it's not.
Sometimes
it's
it
really
depends.
But like, to say that dating someone your age is going to be a guarantee that there's compatibility and that there's maturity is fallacious. In the same way that there's someone who could be 21 that's actually very compatible with you, very mature, and then the additional benefits, low body count, likely to be low body count, as the more years you've been on this planet, the more people you fucked. You know?
Well, it's both way.
What's your body count?
It's both way.
Well, we can get into that later, but typically, like, as you get older, like, your body count increases.
But that's
both
also
way.
false. But that can also be false, though.
Well, sure, you could be 35 and have 3 sexual partners, and you could be 18 and have 30
Exactly.
sexual partners. We've had girls on the show who at 18, 19, 20, 21 have had 50, 60, 70, 100 plus sexual partners. So of course it's not like, but that same person at 18 is likely to have more sexual partners by the time she reaches 28. Yeah. So, and certainly if I look at a 33-year-old woman, when she was 23, she probably had fewer sexual partners when she was 23. Obviously, I can't time travel and go hook up with her when she was 23. But so body count's important. Men prefer women with low body. Well, most men prefer women with lower body count.
I feel like I also want that.
Well,
for my man
I agree
too.
with
I
that.
don't want you to be like
I agree with that.
50.
But
So,
I guess you have to.
want that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Will you say this to another girl? Will you ask a girl, why are
No,
you dating
because-
someone that is 10 years younger?
No,
Will
yeah,
you?
no,
Actually,
I agree.
yeah.
Because I'm
Why?
the same way.
it's like a different life
I prefer.
So when you meet
a
someone,
more
the
younger
first thing-
looking, but-
One mic, guys.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you on that, but definitely I feel like it's a very generalized view. But with the whole, they're more sexually attractive, I completely agree. And with the same thing, you can meet an immature person at 30 and you can,
Sure.
I completely agree.
And don't get me wrong. It's not like I exclusively date young women. Like I've said, I date women my age in their 30s. I find women who are in their 30s attractive. However, I'm not going to like sit here and lie to you and say that I don't know how to perfectly articulate this, but women between the ages of say 18 to 25, me personally, and I think I speak for a lot of men here. Now there's a question of, can we get those women? That's a different question. But I would say those women, purely speaking, physical attractiveness, I think they're the most physically attractive.
Right.
And I think to both men and women, physical attraction is very, very important.
It is.
Well, and I think we're leaving one really important thing out here, which is women in that age range tend to go for men in their 30s who are established and make money and things of that nature. Is it the right thing to do? We can all have our own opinions on that, but that is what those women are seeking from 18 to 25 is, they're going for 30-year-olds.
Right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I also want to add, like you meet someone, like either through work or through here and there, and you don't ask about how old are you. Like there's a chemistry, you guys get along, and then and then, oh wow, we are have an age gap of 7 years. So what do you do with that? Oh, just because you're 7 years older than me or younger than me, I'm not gonna date you? No, I'm gonna date you because I feel like I have compatibility with you. So age doesn't matter in that sense.
Also, I just think that, women who are between the ages of say 18 to 25 typically have less relationship baggage than women who are in their 30s. So, I mean, that's another component. That's related to body count. The more people you've slept with, the more relationship baggage that you've probably accrued. And
I have a question.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
I should start dating 21
Aside from
guys.
them not having
baggage.
so-and-so, what do they have then, apart from the physical attractiveness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say we find you that perfect 18 to 25 range.
Sure.
What else is there?
What do you
are
look
you
for in a
looking for a
woman
lasting
to date
relationship,
her?
though, with this perfect 18 to 25 range?
Sure.
Yeah, what's the
Oh,
goal
what
of
is
the
that? What's the
relationship?
perfect
Sure.
thing?
Well, first off, I have no interest in one night stands, whether that's with someone my age or with someone younger. Sleeping with someone once, to me, is just at least in my view, it's a waste of time. There's a whole bunch of reasons why, but it's not worth it. If I want to sleep with somebody, I want there to be a continuity. I want to continue seeing them. So no, it wouldn't be a short-term thing.
So eventually it's commitment. But what
That's
gets
the
you to that
goal, yeah.
commitment? So
Yeah.
what other things would bind you together to move forward to a commitment?
As
Like, what
opposed to
qualities does she
someone,
have?
a woman
As opposed to
who's
just
30?
a physical,
Yeah.
sex stuff. I mean, what is
Yeah,
it like?
what? Okay, so a lot of people will say, well, a woman who's 31 is more established in her career, and
No,
but-
let's just go back to the 18 to 25
no. But
range.
what I'm trying to say is, a lot of people will argue, oh, well, one of the benefits of dating a woman who's a bit older, she's more established in her career. Men don't really care about that because I mean, we went around the table, except for you. I think every single girl here said, you want the man to pay. So
Not me.
your success, women who men, you being successful doesn't make you more attractive to a guy.
Is it a
like good for
detriment?
you? Like it's awesome if you're successful, but your success is not a metric with which men will look at a woman and be like, oh, she's more attractive because of her success. In the same way, a woman would look at a guy who's a doctor and attorney and be like, whoa, okay, that's kind of. They might be more attracted to him because of the prestige that comes with certain careers or the wealth that he has, because women don't share their resources with men in the same way that men share their resources with women. So that's just, I just wanted to point that out. I know that's not the question you're asking. That's just another reason why men are more inclined to date younger women and why older women who are more established in their career, it's not like, that's not an attraction trigger for men. One, for evolutionary biological reasons, but also just because women don't really share their resources with men the same way that men share their resources with women.